And now let's move on to the pain that is the Niners. They go down to Houston, and they just didn't show up. Actually, they must have forgot to get off the bus because they lose 26-15. George Kittle got a touchdown right before halftime to cut the lead to 16-7 on National Tight End Day. So good for you, bud. On the holiday you created, getting celebrating your own damn holiday. That's good. Deommodore Lenoir got an interception shortly after that. That ends the streak of 14 games without an interception for the 49ers. That's the longest in NFL history. So that little bit of ineptitude has come to an end. Thank gods. Okay. Been praying to Zeus, Thor, Jesus, and every single god there is to put an end to that streak. Must have finally found the right one in Ganesh, I guess. Got that one done. All right. So unfortunately, as I highlighted earlier, there were a couple of injuries. D. Winters went down in the third. Jordan Elliott went down in the second. Bryce Huff didn't play at all because of the hamstring last week. So the Niners did not have a sack the entire game. They only touched the quarterback twice the entire game. CJ Stroud was able to deliver the ball all game without so much as barely a pressure at all the entire game. He looked like he looked like the quarterback everybody thought he was going to be halfway through his rookie season. He was incredible. He looked great, and the Niners made him look great. That offensive line, all of a sudden, there was a lot of questions about it in Houston. Not after what the Niners couldn't do. It was an unfortunate week. The Niners just could not generate enough pressure with their down four linemen. When they did send in extra pressure, CJ Stroud was able to find the release valve. That's what the one touchdown, I believe it was the let me look it up. That was the Xavier Hutchinson in the third quarter. That was the 30-yard touchdown blown coverage. That was the that was that 30-yarder. So man, that's what extended that lead to 23-7. That was kind of the dagger right there. When that one hit, I was like, ugh, brutal. The Niners did come back on the next drive in the third quarter, cut the lead. You get the 2-point conversion as well. The other tight end, Jake Tonjes, gets a touchdown on National Tight End Day. But it's just what you want to do in football, right, is make your opponent use their left hand, right? You take away their best option, right? You want to take, and that's what the Texans did defensively, is they took away Christian McCaffrey. CMC was, 8 rushes, 25 yards is what the stats I'm looking at. And then on the receiving end, he had 43 yards on 3 catches. So he had the 27-yard catch, but other than that, not much doing there. So he did he wasn't nearly as effective as he was the week before against Atlanta. And as unfortunate as all of this is, the Niners are 5-3. Their next game is in New York against the Giants, the same Giants that just lost to the Eagles. And they also just lost Cam Scatteraboo. Their meathead.
Doing great for me in fantasy.
Yeah, I had him in one of my chicken nugget leagues, man, and it was a lot of fun having him. But unfortunately, not no more. The vibes were great for him, but that was a catastrophic leg break, unfortunately for him. So the vibes are not vibing as good anymore for the Giants there. They have just Jackson Dart left for them. So as bad as the defense was there, the trade deadline is still about 9-ish days away. You need to, at this point, after seeing that performance by the defense, you got to go get somebody. You don't have to trade away the farm. You don't have to risk everything, but you got to get somebody. There's, somebody like Arden Key, who is a former 49er who's available. Like he's not going to cost much to get out there. You can give up a 5th rounder or something for him. Like, I mean, there are moves to be made for sure. And I am certain that John Lynch is on the phone. He's been trying to make moves. That's there's moves out there that have to be done, that you got to get somebody to strengthen up the defensive line, because this is unacceptable. I actually pulled some stats of this is from Matt Barrows, who follows the team. The 49ers have the second fewest sacks in the league this year so far, with 9. The team with the fewest is Jacksonville, and they had their bye this week, and they have 8. Okay. So in week 2, they had 3 sacks. Every other game they had 2, 1, or no sacks. Okay. So that's unacceptable. And that includes 0 sacks this game against the Texans. So very, very unacceptable for a team that needs pressures. And that game against that week 2 game with 3 sacks, that was Nick Bosa's doing. So Nick Bosa is not walking through that door anytime soon. So you got to do something. You got to get some pressure on the quarterback. And if you're not going to do that, then, with the way that this schedule is lined up, I've been hammering this point all year. You're still probably going to make the playoffs. The team is good enough and the schedule is easy enough that you're still probably going to sneak into the playoffs. Even if you don't like win the division, if you alternate wins, you're probably going to get to 10 wins, 11 wins and sneak into the playoffs. But then what does that do for you?
Right.
So you got to do something. If you're a playoff team, you want to make some noise if you get to the playoffs. So just making the playoffs is not good enough, right? Like at this point, this is a team with Super Bowl aspirations when the season started. And I know it's next man up mentality, but when you're the next man up to the next man up to the next man up, and the guys standing on either side of you are also next man up to the next man up, at some point, there's only so many next man up before it really starts affecting the team. And I think we're starting to see the effects of that at this point.
Right.
And the 49ers in the Shanahan era have lost, and they showed the stat on the game, 2,036 games missed due to injury since Shanahan took over in 2017. That is by far the most in the NFL, and I don't even know who the next team is. I think it might actually be your Raiders, dude, but like they're like way far in the rearview mirror. Like we're talking like probably like 400 or 500 games back. Like it's way back. Like the Niners have in the last 8-9 years been lapping the field in terms of games missed due to injury. Yeah. And
I'm actually starting to get a little worried about the 49ers, because how long, like Bosa's starting, this is what the second time he's going to miss a whole season in a short 49er career so far.
Yeah.
And this is, an injury that dates back to college. It's happened in high school, I believe. And it's your legs. It's not to get to play defensive end, to play on that line, run around playing football. You need your kneecaps last time I checked. But then there's like other injuries that are starting to stack up. Fred Warner, I think last year he completed the season, but he played on a broken foot or a broken ankle or something like that.
Yeah. It was a broken foot. Yeah.
So you got like games on a broken foot. Superstars, Vince. You got your superstars that are missing.
Oh, Papa G in the chat. Nick might walk through the door, but he's not playing. Yeah, thanks. Technicalities. Yeah.
So I am starting to get worried about the 49ers, like the injuries that are stacking up to their superstars. Because the Bosas and the Kittles and the Fred Warners, those guys just don't grow on trees. Mm-hmm. And now you have the starting quarterback missing a lot of games. And I think Mac Jones has done a pretty decent job. He's done a really good job.
Yeah, he's the best backup quarterback in the league, I think.
Right. but you just paid a bunch of money to Brock Purdy and he started to miss games. And I remember as a Raider fan going through the whole turf toe thing with Charles Woodson, all the, 20 years ago, whatever it was. So whenever I hear a football player saying turf toe, I always go back and think about that, because I remember when Charles Woodson was like, oh, he should be available next week. He should be available next week. And he just like missed so many games. And as a young guy back then, as a young teenager, I was like, it's turf toe. What is going on? And that was when I really found out what turf toe is. And it's a very painful injury.
The 1 year that I played football, your boy Vinny G actually got turf toe.
Yeah. It's very painful.
Yeah, it's not fun. I took the time off. And I actually did come back and I played, and my first game back, I didn't actually re-injure it. I injured my shoulder instead. That's another story entirely. So yeah, that, and then your boy found theater instead, but that's another story entirely. But yeah, there we go. Yeah. So, I guess, looking forward, if the Niners, beat the Giants next week, they're 6-3. They're 3-0 in the division. Losing this game, if you're going to tell me, looking forward, if they play the Giants and they win, they get the W next week. If you tell me before the season the Niners are going to be sitting 6-3, 3-0 inside the division, after 9 games, and your bye is in week 14, I'll take it. Like I'd be like, you know what? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'll take that.
With all your superstars on the sideline.
Yeah. Especially if you tell me ahead of time. If you also tell me that I'm going to lose all of these guys, and Brock Purdy's only played like 2 games or something like that. Yeah. You know what? I'll take that. Okay. So, I'm going to, as you've seen before, I am one of the, eternal optimists, right? Like I do try to look glass half full as often as I can. And that's kind of where I'm looking, because a lot of these injuries, like the Brock Purdy injury, Ricky Pearsall is also supposed to be coming back soon. Like they keep saying he's working back. He should be coming back soon. If both of those guys come back this coming week against the Giants, which is possible, all of a sudden I start to feel a little bit better about the offense, at least. Still need to get a piece on the defense to help. Maybe if Bryce Huff is able to come back from that hamstring injury, we'll see. That'll help make me feel at least a little bit better, a little bit of more of a veteran presence on the defensive line. That way, take a little bit of pressure off those rookies that just couldn't generate any pressure at all against Houston.